Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm here. Not sure what was happening there. I've got a friend with me today. Come here. But it's not Hugo. This is Meadow. Say hi, Meadow. Hi, everyone. We're dog sitting for the next couple of days. This is Meadow. She's very well behaved, aren't you? You little buffhead. Off you go. Boom. Okay. We're going to start a new project today. Maybe. I still haven't decided actually, so let's undercoat this. I used to float, now I just fall down. What was I made for? What was I made for? Yeah, I'm going to show you some stuff I've been working on. It's been quite a while since I've streamed, unintentionally. We had my trip to Adelaide, which was planned, work trip to Adelaide, so I wasn't able to stream that week. And then I returned from Adelaide with a cheeky little case of COVID. So, yeah, and I've been offline for pretty much a week. Back today, but yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks. Bucks and I are frothing to get online and talk about the Crimson Brush. G'day Jan, wonderful timing mate. Hello Cujo. I literally just started with a new project. What's been happening, Jan? Just talking about how my last few weeks have been interrupted with a case of the COVIDs. Haven't done anywhere near as much painting as I would like, or anything really. G'day Jet. Yeah, so I assembled this model on stream a few weeks ago. But I never really had much of a plan or an idea, but maybe we'll just dive in. Yeah, it's beautiful sculptures from the Kickstarter that Squidmar did. Really great version done by Marco Frazzoni from Not Just America. Not really sure. I'm going to show off some other sculpts I've been assembling. I was talking about it on my last stream, which was where I was painting Christmas Lucy from Kingdom Death, that I was going to start assembling all of my pin-ups from Kingdom Death. So the painter's scale ones. So this is Oktoberfest Aya. Beautiful sculpt. I'm not I'm still not really sure I understand these pin-ups. Here's the one I started the other day. Christmas Lucy. Yeah, I'm not really sure I understand pin-ups. Like, I don't know what the purpose is, but I bought all these from Tarot Model Maker. I bought a matching set of like 10 of them so that I could put all my pin-ups on matching plinths. Halloween Ringtail Vixen. Bit of fun. This one, which is probably the best sculpt of them all, I think, which is Sen, Twilight Night or something like that. She's pretty amazing. Great negative space, great angles. If you see me grabbing at mosquitoes, it's because I've had the door open for Meadow. Incredible sculpt, love it. And then this one, which just arrived yesterday, which is Basara. Good one, Dano. Great sculpt. She's going to be super fun. Smog Singers. So yeah, got her. And then, so that's 6. I've got 6 little pin-up girls on plinths. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. But I'm also currently putting together this one, which is, I'll show you the artwork. Oh, good one, Dino. I don't know what she's holding. I don't know what's going on. It's just it's a fucking weird vibe, right? This whole game's a weird vibe. So that's what this one's for. So that is 6 pin-up girls that I've committed to assembling, putting in my cabinet, painting. And this is the first one I started. And I did a fair bit of work since the last stream. It's a little bit more advanced. But I have stalled on her a bit. Mostly because I stopped painting for a week because of COVID. But yeah. Let's have a crack at this maybe, I think. I'm just going to make some stuff up here, friends. Oh, just realised I probably don't have the palette cam on. Let's turn palette cam on. Yep, no, it wasn't my funnest of weeks, that's for sure. But it's okay. I feel like it is better to have gotten it now than a little while back. Yeah, five of my co-workers got it during our conference in Adelaide, so yep. I don't know, I heard on the news or something the other day that it's back out and about, back being a problem. Who knows? Don't really know what the plan is. As I said, I have not had a plan for this figure at all. We'll see. We'll make it up as we go along, like we so often do. I think the last stream I talked about Black Friday coming up and I was very excited. Well, I did it. I spent $3,000 at Black Friday. Close to 4 actually. Gotcha, you little fucker. A lot of cash. Give me the cash. Yeah, picked up all of the new expansions coming out for Kingdom Death. And I also picked up, there was a box which was called the Naked 2023 bundle. And I'm not really familiar with Naked bundles. Never really done one, but basically they're just models of stuff that's coming out. It's yet to be released. So you'll actually get the model. You should get the model in future in one of the expansions, but if you want it now and paint it now, and given that I consider myself more of a painter than anything else, I decided to get it. So there is a very cool model coming my way, G'day Timbo, which is called the Sparrow Goblin, which will join my collection of cool Kingdom Death models in my cabinet very soon. And then I'll probably wait 4 years until I can actually play it on the table. Alright. Now I just fall down. What was I made for? Deep brown. It's so deep. What's been happening in the world of television? Not much. It's been a pretty slow week for me, unfortunately, with the COVIDs. Haven't really watched too much. Finished the 100. which is good. I never watched season 7 of the 100, so it was cool to finish that. I started watching The Umbrella Academy again. Which is fun. I've decided the next show that I'm going to watch is going to be The Mandalorian. Very excited. I've never watched it. I don't think there's been much happening else on TV. Cricket season's about to start this week, 7th. Can't wait. But we've got big movement on the Crimson Brush front, which is coming up now in a month and a bit. Month and a bit. Looking forward to seeing everyone. That's actually a lie. I don't really care about the people there. Not entirely true. I do care, else I wouldn't do it. But it's always good to see the models, what people have been working on. It's nice to be a part of something that inspires people to want to paint. I'm feeling like doing something a little bit weird. I'm not really sure why. This is a colour palette I use all the time, so it's not really that weird. I guess. Yeah, it has been flying by. This last 12 months has been a whirlwind for me. My personal life has seen some ups and downs. My painting and gaming life has been pretty steady though. Yeah, still sort of no word on what the future will hold. The trip to Adelaide was sort of a planning week where we discussed, what the paths ahead of us were and what our plans were and what our roles would be in those sort of instances. So I've got a bit of clarity about what my next I would say 12 months looks like, in terms of what may happen. But yeah, it's all very much still up in the air, and um, you know, um my life is absolutely going to be upended, one way or another, in terms of what I'm accustomed to, which is interesting. I don't really cope well with change, I wouldn't think. I would say. But yeah, we're still waiting to see if it'll be a redundancy situation, or if it'll be a role with a new company situation. So it has been I would say, a not fun. It's actually been 2 months since I found out, um, which is quite a long time to have no news, but that's okay. And it's, yeah, my position on it has pretty much, from day one, been okay. You know, it's been like, yeah, well, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I can't change, you know, the decision. I can only change, you know, what I do, how I act, you know, and how well my team responds. And so I've been, you know, really proud of the way that my team has handled the situation. But yeah, we're still waiting to figure out. But it's not too bad. I mean, either way, I think the next 12 months of employment is relatively secure. And as we've seen, a lot can change in 12 months. So who knows what will happen over that period of time. So I'll just pour my effort and energy into the Crimson and doing the best job I can in the circumstances, and the rest can take care of itself. There's been pretty significant upheaval though. In my team, there's been about, I don't know, 5 or 6 people that have left of a team of 11. So, as in my wider team, the people on the same level as me, not my individual team that I'm responsible for. We haven't had too many losses in my team. It is what it is, mate. As much as it sucks, not knowing. The reality, the reality of life is you never know what's coming. You never know what tomorrow is going to bring. There's a constant threat of uncertainty about the future. That's just life. So you can choose to let that influence the way you go about things, or you can just get on with it and do your best. So, and again, I'm not trying to minimise or diminish what people are going through. For a lot of people who, you know, live week to week, their paychecks week to week, it's pretty scary prospects to be staring into. But yeah, it doesn't change. Life is unexpected. And the older I get, as I've hit 40 this year, so I feel like I'm now in the age where I'm allowed to say that I'm wise and venerable. Um, the more I realise that a lot of stuff doesn't actually matter. What actually matters is um, the way that you respond, the way that you choose to treat people. You know, the things that actually matter. Oh, good one, Meadow. You tell him. Rough. Rough. This is such a cool sculpt. I remember there was actually a number of really great sculpts in this Kickstarter that I actually regret not getting. I got the Barbarian Old Dude, which I did quite a while back. Actually, a similar colour palette to this one now that I think of it. That's good. Cujo, wiser words were never spoken, mate. No, Timbo, I don't enter, mate. That's not. I feel. I feel that's not an appropriate thing for me to do as the event organizer. I did tell that to Jared, mate. I absolutely gave him a bake. Told him it was wildly inappropriate. What are you going to do? Congratulate yourself on winning a medal when you have to do your presentation. Oh, and that's exactly what he did, and it was terrible. And everyone was like, what is this? What sort of event is this? What sort of dog and pony show are you running here, Jared? It wasn't that bad. No, I mean, with everything happening, I'm probably going to end up, I'll take the 3 days off in the middle, but I won't get any other time off. But that's okay. I don't usually take time off at Christmas. I'm spending. That's a good call, Battle Cat. I'm spending. I take 3 weeks off for Crimson because I'd drive down. So that's sort of a week for the event, and then I like to take a little bit of time off afterwards to recover. So I choose that. That's sort of like my Christmas break. He-Man, He-Man, I have the power. Burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees is why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. Wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Loved He-Man. On that conference that I was in Adelaide, we ended up diving in deep into old school old school cartoons that we used to watch. Man, there was some bangers back then. Thundercats, Thunder, Thundercats. Oh. There's a lot of good kids shows back then. And the reason this conversation came up is we were talking about the top 10 or 15 shows as listed on IMDb, and I was absolutely flabbergasted because I think rank 13 or something on IMDb's top movie list or top TV shows is fucking Bluey. It is ranked 13 in the greatest ever television shows ever made. It's fucking good though. If you've never watched it, it's actually good. My niece and nephews made me sit down and watch some episodes with them. And I understand. I understand why it's highly ranked. Blitzberg, this is all by, this is a combination. Hand for the most part, but airbrush for some. It's just started though, champion. So, it's our best export for sure. Bluey. It's a good question, really, isn't it? Because we've done the Wiggles, we've done Bluey. Blitzberg, I have indeed tried dry brushing, yes. It is a very useful technique. I don't use it an awful lot these days, but it's good to get some stuff finished. Really depends on the type of project I'm working on, if it's just a display piece or if it's a army thing for a game I'm playing. So yeah, let's talk Crimson. We've got 55 days or something, 50 days. And we're really hoping that we'll get a good turnout for standard category. I've been really resistant to the idea of separating categories for a long time. You know, this was this conversation we have. Hey Nurgle, thanks mate. Yeah, I'm still playing touch on a Wednesday night. Trying my best. I was really resistant because we have a display painting scene in Australia of about, I don't know, I would say at most 50 to 100 people. That's what I would have said for quite a while. And so the idea of segregating that community to me was just like, what? We don't have enough people to separate, you know? And so we have people like Dave who obviously paint at a level that is, world class. And then we have other people who don't paint quite to that level, and we've got them competing against each other. Now, the way that we always judged, and I'm sure this will come as a surprise to some, but probably not a surprise to many, we didn't judge Dave against everyone else. You know, we don't go, hey Dave, here's your gold medal and everyone else gets fucking nothing, right? Because that's just not fair to the majority of people. So instead, you know, we sort of tried to judge people in a way that allowed us to be supportive and collaborative and, you know, encouraging for the most part. And I think that has worked. But there was an unintended consequence of that potentially, which we'll see this year actually, if it's unintended or if it was not. In that many people who may have entered looked at the work and thought, well, I can't compete with that, and you know, maybe weren't as familiar with our approach to judging, which is to say that we would judge each piece sort of on its merits and against individual painters as a whole. I've gone on a bit of a tangent, a bit of a gibbering there, but yeah. So by opening up standard, my hope is that it's not going to separate the community, but it's actually going to bring more people in who feel, you know, perhaps a little bit more willing to enter because they know they won't be competing against the Daves of the world. Now, we may find that doesn't happen. We may find that's not the case. And that'd be okay, because we've given it a try. You know, we may find that we get a similar sort of number of people, similar number of entrants. You know, I've got records of the last 15's an exaggeration, Deno, come on now. I've got records since 2015 of number of entries, all that sort of stuff. Fuck, have I been doing it for that long? Surely not. Yeah, we're definitely not going to dictate to people what category they should enter, and I'm very firm on that. And we're not going to bump people. We're not going to change people's thing. At least we're not going to do that without their consent. We'll have a conversation with that person about it and recommend that they do so. But it won't be done without permission, I guess. I'm sort of pretty big on that because we have something Sebastian said at the Guilds Inn, which I think really resonated and was really insightful, is you know, you need a spectrum of entrants for a competition to have meaning. You know, you can't have everyone be incredible or everyone be shithouse. Otherwise, it sort of has no meaning. And so, you know, standard category will absolutely have some masters level entrants in it, and that's okay. Because there has to be a good and bad. We could talk about it for hours on end, because there's so many nuances to it, right? What's the right thing to do? if someone who has clearly master's level skills comes in and enters standard, they're like, yep, I'm just entering standard. They're like, why? They're like, well, I want to win a medal. Is that wrong? Is that a perspective that we want to discourage? Or do we just want people to get whatever they want out of it, you know? Everyone has different goals, and it's important to acknowledge those different goals, and hopefully we can find ways to help people achieve those goals, whatever they may be. Because fundamentally, like, why are we doing this? It's to help the community, to help people feel a part of the community, to feel invested in it, want to do more. So, yeah, if someone comes to standard and is like, I would like to enter my fucking piece that won a gold at Monty, knock yourself out, mate. Yeah, that's exactly the point. We're not here to tell people what their goals are, and that's why I'm adamant that we don't move people's entries around, and why why we have a standard in the first place. You know, it's about giving people an opportunity to put themselves into the community, whatever their position is. It's a very it's a very new year for us. We've never done this, and so it's just as much of a learning opportunity for us. My my feedback that I got from last year was very, very useful. Fully anonymous, of course. Okay, Jared. That's a good call. I should make a little fucking kiddie pool. Little mushrooms with water coming out. It's a long time, Jared. For most other people, I would say, save your money, but you're rich, mate, so you can keep streaming. You can keep fucking subscribing as long as you want, champion. I'm about to be unemployed, so help a brother out. Still nothing, mate. Still no news. Just continuing to wait and see what happens. Yeah, I could do a session. Just let me know what you'd like me to do a session on, or rather let me tell me what the other sessions are so that I can provide something different. Now this is all done. What was I made for? What was I made for? It is a nice model. This one. I'll show off a couple of my other. So this is what I was doing last week with COVID. Took me a long time. So I bought all these nice plinths from Tarot Model Maker. So I'd have like a matching collection of pin-up sculpts. So this is Christmas Lucy. I'll finish her soon. Is that my second? Yeah, I think so. This is Twilight Night Sen. Great model. Look at that. It was a... Oh, fuck, Dano. Relax. It was a tough week, actually. I was off work most of the week. Halloween Ringtail Vixen. Yeah, I was at a conference last week in Adelaide, and everyone came back with COVID. It was 5 people who got it. She's a pretty lady. This one's a great model. This is the most recent pin-up. Look at that. That's super cool. So yeah, I'm going to have a little collection of pin-ups that I do want to paint over the next little while. So they have nice little matching bases. I'm more excited about the bases matching than anything. Oktoberfest Aya, little girl. Anyway. No, I got that old dude, the tribal chieftain dude. I might actually have a second one, another one. All my stuff's up there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Well, I was just saying before that I regret, there was a couple on there that I sort of wish I got. Like, I really liked all the orcs. And I remember Bucks got the orcs. And they turned up, and I was like, maybe I should just tell Bucks they never turned up. That'd be good. He-Man, I have the power. I usually don't mind getting sick. A couple of days off work, can be good. But it's very rare for me to get so sick that I can't do anything. Where I just am walking around in like a haze, can't concentrate, don't feel like I can achieve anything. And that's been how I felt for a chunk of this week. That is a demoralising feeling. I always feel like I've failed. Uh, Sick leave. Which, by the way, because I've been working for 20 years, I have 1,000 hours of sick leave available to me. Just 1,000 hours, if you don't mind. So I don't take a lot of sick leave. But yeah, when I do, I'm always like, oh, nice, I can just have maybe a little pain, have a sniffle. But yeah, this week it's only been in the last second half of the week that I've been able to do anything and feel worthwhile. I wonder if I would have still had 1,000 hours of sick leave available if COVID had happened when I was a bit younger, because my mum and dad have always been obviously like, you just go to work, son, just get to work. They're like, oh, I feel sick, just go to fucking work, dickhead. You know, that's how they've worked their whole life. So that's been my life mostly. When you're sick, you just go to work and front up and get shit done. And then COVID obviously changed that for everyone, where it became, if you're sick, you don't go to work. So I wonder if having COVID happen when you were younger would change your perspective towards sick leave. I'm sure it would. Sure it would. I've got that Oz diorama to do. Should really pull that out, have a crack. Yeah, completely, hasn't it? Completely changed it. Mm. Interesting thoughts. Um, Alright, so what do I need to know about The Mandalorian before I start it? I watched one episode of The Mandalorian. It was the first episode. There was a little baby Yoda at the end of it, and there was some robots. and there was the actual titular Mandalorian in it. And that is about all I remember. What is it that I need to know about the Mandalorian? I know first of all that Boba Fett was a Mandalorian. Or is it fair to say that Jango Fett was a Mandalorian, Boba Fett was a clone of? What's like what's the deal with Mandalorians? Is that what the show explores, like a little bit more about them? And is that just the sort of shit that I need to watch and figure out? Okay. Feels like there is a long wait between shows that I'm excited to come out. Umbrella Academy Season 4, long way away. Cool. Stranger Things is obviously still 12 months away. Minimum. Probably longer. Haven't even started filming it yet. Is it good? Yeah, okay. It's been on my list for a while. I'm making my way through my list actually. Reacher Season 2 comes out in a few weeks. I'm actually pretty excited about that. It was really good. Really good first season. Shrinking, Harrison Ford. Alright. Severance, another one. Severance Season 2. Still waiting on. Drink some more water, Meadow. Jeepers. Yeah. I'm dog sitting Jared. I'm dog sitting a little dog. Not Hugo. It's another one. Dog, my friend Darren's dog, who I play board games with every Tuesday night. Looking after his little baby. Gay Robbie Tobbies. Kung Fu Shrew. It has been probably 2 or 3 years since you've changed your fucking name and I still call you Kung Fu Shrew. That's commitment. Do you want to say hello, Meadow? Come here. Hey, come here. Wishka. This is Meadow. She is a little Boston Terrier. She is 10 months old. And she's a very well behaved little girl, aren't you? Yes. You are. Funny little thing. Aren't you? Off you go. Whoosh. Okay. Where do I go from here? Where do we go from here? I have the power. Ice? Yeah, probably purples. I mean, translucent. Translucent's a hard thing to do. Purples and blues. Sure. Basic skin tone. Because of my lack of painting over the last, I would say 6 months, I would say maybe longer, 12 months, I haven't really done a lot of projects. That's good. That's good for a VTuber. I like that. I feel like I have lost a little bit of my what's the word? Drive maybe to be progressing in a different direction. Yeah, exclusive club, yes. Good response. I'll accept that. Well played. What am I trying to say here? Because I haven't done as much painting as I did a few years ago, and there was a period where I was painting as much as Jared, probably more than Jared because I don't have kids. And I felt like I was really absolutely breaking through barriers and, finding new ways of doing things and all sorts of stuff. And now I sort of feel like I tend to not push myself in those same directions anymore. I'm just happy to just paint and have a nice time. And I still like doing cool projects and big projects. Like I'm still excited about doing things like that, but there's no desire for me to reach for the stars. I'm not sure. I've just been finding my painting has been a nice, relaxing, no pressure thing. Which is maybe a good thing. That's probably more true than you know, mate. Probably more true. Maybe it's I've lost the desire to prove myself. I don't feel like I need to prove myself anymore. Bucks is always trying to fire me up and be like, "Come on, man, you got to show these young whippersnappers what it's all about." And I don't ever need to feel that. I don't ever need to. Maybe it will. Still a few years away yet, but possibility, I suppose. I say this all the time though. As long as you're enjoying what you do, it's okay. It doesn't matter, and I still very much enjoy painting. And I'm thinking that it may be time to pull out the Cyberpunk City plan. Get stuck into that. Do some cool neon effects. Thanks, Jared. Yes, the plan is Andrew and I will be back tomorrow. I'm feeling significantly better. So, yeah, be back tomorrow for sure. Okay, let's go. Alright, let's get a little bit of this in gear. I just saw yesterday that Shadow and Bone was cancelled. That's a disappointing cancellation from Netflix. I thought the last season was particularly good. I thought the whole series was particularly good, actually. So that's a sad cancellation. Yeah, they do seem to be trigger happy when it comes to cancellations. I mean, I'm not going to judge their decision making. Well, I am actually. I'm going to judge their decision making as much as I want. But yeah, that one feels like a weird one. I hope they keep going with Wheel of Time, because it's been very good. Well, it's been good. People haven't necessarily enjoyed it as much as I think Amazon would have hoped. I've enjoyed it. Yeah, that's a interesting perspective that I can understand. The season two as a whole, I feel like was superior, and sort of got a little bit more on track towards the story, the book story. But the finale was maybe not as good as I'd hoped it would be. I still thought it was good. Saturn 3 Ultrajet. That is awesome. That's the Elegoo, isn't it? It's the only real experience I've had with printers has been with Elegoo. Hmm. When do I airbrush? Is it now? Do we airbrush now? Maybe. We'll do a little bit of airbrushing now. Ooh. Dead flesh maybe could work. How many printers does one person need? Where does 3D printing end in the future? Like, what is the end game? I don't understand that yet. Still, like, is it genuinely you can 3D print food? Is that a legitimate thing that can happen? Because I know they already 3D print, like parts, body parts, don't they? They can 3D print like hands and shit. That's the thing I don't really understand, is where does it end? And that maybe sounds like I think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't understand, because it could be awesome. Food would be incredible, wouldn't it? 3D printing food. But it's still got to start with something, hasn't it? It's still got to start with something. So that's not like a sustainable end game for world hunger or anything, is it? It's still got to have the... Yeah, I've seen food. I've seen like 3D printed steaks or something before, which, don't get me wrong, is incredible. I don't want to diminish what a crazy world we live in. G'day, Emily. You know, just trying to understand. Bit of orange, maybe, Deno? Yeah, fuck it, let's go a bit of orange. Why not? You loose cannon. If you can find the orange, you dickhead. There it is. Star Trek, teleporters. Fifth Element. Chicken. G'day, Froths. Little bit of green. Yeah, Fifth Element, all-timer. All-timer film. That's one of the ways I know if you're a good human being or not, is if we talk about the Fifth Element and you're like, that's a great movie. It is a great movie. You can stay. Someone's like, I've never seen the Fifth Element. You say, wow, it's a real shame. You have to leave now, you piece of shit. You piece of human refuse. Get out of my life. That may have been a bit excessive. Or was it? Or was it exactly the right amount? I'll leave you to be the judge. Nurgle, Nurgle, Nurgle. What a disappointing human you are. Fucking jeepers. Good movie. Good movie. Alright, that'll do. Yeah, it's looking okay so far. Let's zoom out so you can see what it looks like instead of the close-up. Close-ups never really give you a full picture. Might do this. What was I made for? What was I made for? I used to float. What camera? It's quite good, isn't it? It's a Sony AX33 Handycam, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, excellent camera. You tell them, Meadow. Hey, bit much. It is a very crisp, detailed Handycam. 4K camera is the reason. I've always liked painting rocks and bases in general, as regular followers of the show would know. Mostly because you just don't need to be precise. You can just do whatever you want. And it tends to come out looking better when you're not precise, because that natural variation that you get is actually perfect for real life. I'll zoom out a bit. I just realised I was maybe going a bit excessive on the zoom there, just to show off how cool my camera is. Now eyes fall down. Rock City, bitch. Rock City, bitch. 10, 10, 10, 20s on them titties, bitch. Hey, you alright? Meep, 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 meep. Not really. I don't know how many rap songs I could actually do. I feel like I know. Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Wah, wah. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? I've created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady and chopped liver. But if you want me, this is what I'll give you a little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor. I feel like I could do a fair chunk of that song. What's another one I could do? I could do another Eminem song. What's that one he did with? Boom. Tonight I wanna hope you don't mind. I heard you was freaky from a friend of mine. Now I hope you don't get mad at me, but I don't need you as a friend. I don't remember the exact lyrics of that song. I remember some of it. I'm sure if I can remember how it starts. It'd be good. Anyway. I had when I was very, very early on in my career, I used to work in the workshop, and there was a very interesting collection of music that used to get played. And there was a little bit of Australian hip hop, a little bit of Slim Shady. I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Stand up. I'm a menace, a dentist, an oral hygienist. Open your mouth for about 4 or 5 minutes. Take a little bit of this fluoride with it, switch, but don't spit it. Swallow it now, finish. Yeah, me and Nate deal double G, looking for a couple somethings with some double D's. I remember that song now. Pop a little champagne, weed, some bubbly tea. Then we about to have a party. Turn the music up. Let's get it started. Go ahead, shake your butt. I'm looking for a girl with a body and a sexy strip. Want 'em poppin', baby, step right up. Get retarded. Let's get it started. I'm looking for a girl that would do everything I say every day. She'd be giving it up. Now shake ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Come on, girl, shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Oh, girl, shake that ass for me. Do a bit of Scribe, a bit of New Zealand hip hop. Yeah, no, it should be a good time. I mean, it's generally quite busy for me. I tend to spend most of my time just sort of doing things, but I still look forward to it. Ah, beautiful. I am driving down the Wednesday. Arrive on the Wednesday night. I do, yes, I do. Well, I did so last year, just so I can bring down all of my streaming gear. And yeah, the first year I did it, I was able to jig it up on my laptop and was able to bring it down on the flight. But yeah, last year I wanted to bring the whole proper. Well, I've got two rigs, two gaming streaming rigs, one for board games and one for this painting table. So I bring down the board gaming one, so we get the full spread. I can set up like 6 cameras. What? Why the fuck did you think I was from Canberra? Fucking hate that place. Sucks. Canberra sucks. Thank you, Top. Brisbane is the best. No, I am not from Canberra. And I do drive down or fly down every year and have done so for the last. It would be close to 15 years, I think. Good one, Top. One of your best. It is a big commitment, I guess, when you think about it. I mean, my motivation for going down has changed many times. Used to play War Machine, travelled down for War Machine events. The qualifier for the Iron Gauntlet was held at CanCon, so used to go to that, and then Guild Ball. It was around Guild Ball that I entered my first Crystal Dragon, it was called back then. Entered some fishermen. Yeah, and then took over the running of the event. So where we are now, which is a nice time, nice event, nice people. Coffee related needs. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. Kuros, my hero. I'm leaving all of this. You know my hero. The one that's on. There goes my hero. Hello there, Andrew. Look, I'm feeling significantly better than I was this week, yes. It's been a challenging week, but we're here. We're in the fight. Ready to bring Shannon Noel to the people. In January. That's true. That is true. Oh, that Discord's got too many people now. Too many people. I might need to be Thanos. Just get in there and snap half of them away. Boom, 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 boom. Is it though? Is it a good thing? Or would I just do what people wish they could do? Would I just do what needs to be done? That King of the Monsters show on Apple TV looks quite good actually. I might give that a little dip. It's been it's been a it's been a year. It's been a year. You know. That's nice. That's nice. An hour of painting. You're doing wonderful with your words at the moment, Andrew. It's really legible stuff. No. Uh, Internal noise, mate. Never a good thing. I highly recommend you live life by the Big Dano method of life, which is just go through everything thinking that you're amazing. Doesn't steer you wrong that far. Generally, most of the time you have self-doubt. You're just wrong. And you'd be far better served thinking that you're amazing. G'day Froggy the Gamer Girl. Thank you for the amazing raid. We are just painting a little base at the moment. Flogged! This is what goes on the base, is a little thing. But frog people, welcome. Let me show you what I normally do. This is a video I like to keep just prepped, ready to go. This is normally what I paint. There you go. It is on a spinning round table. It is called Camelot. There is all... I do. There is all scenes from King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. That's normally what I paint. Sometimes I also paint little things. Sometimes I paint models from board games. Sometimes I play board games. Thank you, Kabawaki. Thank you, Hungry. And Froggy. Everyone should go follow Froggy on Twitch. It is absolutely free. If I had a mod that did shout outs, we'd probably be able to get you a shout out, but unfortunately I'm actually very bad at this whole gig, so I usually just say go follow. Bucks, if by adventure you mean the absolute stitch up of a gig that you've tied me up into, have you got some pictures? You're always welcome to share pictures in here. We do occasionally do some feedback streams where we provide people feedback on their models, but you can always just share pictures of what you're working on anytime. No stress. There's no rules. Well, there are rules, but they're basically just made up by me whenever I want. If I feel the need for rules. I would like to see pictures of this diorama, Froggy, if you'd like to share. Unless it's for a comp that you don't want to share. Bucks got on the internet, probably half cut or fully cut, and he signed us up to get into a full-on chat with the four of us: Natalia, Tui, Big Deno, and Bucks. I don't know what his credentials are. Like, I don't know how he's managed to slide himself in with that elite cadre of humans, but fair enough. Swedish Muppet Guy. Thank you. That's a good name. What did that Swedish Muppet Guy used to say? The chef, Swedish chef. Hurdy-gurdy, hurdy-gurdy. Bork, bork, bork. That's good. It's good stuff. It is saturation generation, for real. I'm not sure. Bucks just literally signed me up for it. I don't know that's going to work for us. Frog style. That's better. Let me help you with this one. Ah, cool. Is that a... that looks like a combination of some very old school Games Workshop figures. That's the Wrong Yaw Bucks. Wrong Yaw. Let's just bring that up on screen. Hey, there we go. That looks like an old Warhammer Empire Horseman, which is great. Some little goblin dudes. The base I'm unfamiliar with. I'm trying to confuse him, Top. Can you please just... You can never get it right. So I'm trying to tell him he's wrong or right every time. Actually, I'll tell you what is tweaking me at the moment on the Crimson Brush socials. I've got Benny posting a lot of stuff and looking after it for us. That's very cool, Froggy. Outstanding. I know, and it's going great. Like, he's doing a great job. He's putting great content out there. But he just, every time he spells something wrong, it just makes me, like, do this. And he does it so often. It's killing me. Alright, a little bit of airbrushing and this will probably look okay. That's true. That's true. There's many times I do question how I'm able to paint to a reasonable level, because my brain just does not work that way. Like, I do not consider myself to be a creative mind. much more of a organized and structured we'll see what happens with this little chat that I'm doing with Andrew and Tui and Natalia. Not sure if it's going to be on stream or what our plan is. But as much as I tease Bucks, it'll be cool to talk to two of the best painters in the world, and also Andrew. That's a good question, Froggy. So mostly I'm using AK 3rd generation, but if you look on my palette, this one here and this one here are Chimera, and this one, they're all Chimera colours. So we've got like red oxide and stuff, but I also use a lot of contrast paints as well, and I'm about to do that right now actually. That's a good piece of advice, Topless. I do intend on doing that, yes. I can actually set it up properly, but I just don't, because, and I think this is absolutely legitimate. They are absolutely high pigment, yes. Probably the highest pigment concentration you'll get. Pretty reasonably priced actually for the amount of paint that you get too. I don't sit down to paint Topulus because I want to talk to other people, right? I don't. Why I sit down to paint is to sit down to paint, and I happen to stream and talk to other people because it's interesting for those people. But and so if I have to wear headphones, I'm just not interested. You know what I'm saying? G'day, a salesman of doom. Well, trust the frogs. That's what I say. Trust Froggy. Great advice. Botroides, yes. So that was actually an ink, kind of like a contrast paint. What I'm doing is I am unifying the colours that I've painted underneath. So one of the problems that you get, maybe not the right word. One of the things you'll find when you have quite high contrast blends is that they can look a little bit harsh. So if you spray a mid-tone over the top, it tends to unify all of the colours a little bit more, which can be cool. always try to keep in mind with bases is natural variation. You know, we tend to want to keep things very structured and organised and be like, oh yes, I've put a tuft of grass here, so I need to put another tuft of grass on the other side because that is very organised and even. And that's just the way our brains work, but it's not how nature works. So sometimes just having a little bit of randomness, a little bit of unexpected through airbrushing and overspray and stuff like that can just make things look a little bit more realistic. Yeah, odd numbers of tufts is always a good benchmark. It does, yes. That's also good advice. We probably underuse tufts as a general rule. Sorry about this, Meadow. Probably going to wake you up. And you reckon you want to enter Masters? Absolutely criminal behaviour. Tragic. Tragic. Great question. What is worse? I don't like sand. It's coarse and irritating. Gets everywhere. A salesman of doom. It's not just a can. It's a running thing. You actually should. If you leave your tufts unpainted, you can find that they actually detract from the overall scene because they don't fit in with the rest of the environment, the rest of the colours. So you don't need to do a lot of painting. If you have an airbrush, it's easy to blitz them with an airbrush. Uh, you can do it without an airbrush though. It is absolutely doable without an airbrush. Yeah, just use a brush like this. Makeup brushes are pretty good actually. You can get some nice ones for $10, and then you get to do this, and they feel really nice. Yeah, it's good. This is actually the one I used from that set. I use it a lot. Man, this is probably going to come as no surprise to most of you. I was obsessed with beauty tutorials for a long time. I used to watch makeup tutorials, mostly because I felt like they allowed me to see contouring and stuff for faces better. But it's such a cool art form, makeup. That is true. That is very true. You can always learn more. Yes, I too am a former G-Dub aficionado many years ago now. Many years ago. But yes, teaching people to paint. There's one dude that I taught to paint who actually went on to win several Golden Demons. Lovely young man. His name was Max Kubler. I won a Golden Demon once, back in the day. The bronze. Still counts in my book. Yeah. The Australian Golden Demon was, it was still at the very top level, very highly competitive. But compared to overseas, it was probably a little bit small scale. But we did have some world class painters. We had Sebastian, obviously, Glenn Lamprecht, Lee Carpenter, a lot of amazing painters that. Yeah, and I mean Sebastian went over and competed at Golden Demons across Europe. I think he actually won some Slayer swords in Europe. Seb, Bucks might have to confirm for me there. I'm pretty sure he did. Pretty sure he won Slayer sword in Germany or something? Italy? Let's find out. there's dead set a website that you can go to that has a list of everyone. Anyway, UK Golden Demon, yeah. It was a good time back then. Good time. Yes, reintroducing new people into the hobby is a pretty satisfying feeling in general. That's one of the reasons I do this, I think. Like being able to help. Doing a little bit of black lining here, friends, just because I feel like I need to do some separating, but just another friendly little tip. I very rarely use full black for black lining. I usually like to mix in a little bit of whatever colour I'm working on as like a environmental palette. So in this instance, I've mixed in a little bit of green into my black. No, the cat got re-added. It is the wider project, indeed. We'll be finishing up shortly, friends. Got an action-packed day ahead. I actually couldn't tell. I can't tell you the name of the model. It's from Squidmar's Kickstarter that he did about 12 months ago. I don't remember the specific name of this model. I already chucked the box out too. So, but it is from Squidmar. So. Look, they were starting to come together. Starting to look okay. Not bad for a couple of hours. Yes, so tomorrow night, friends, I'm back, which is it's about 10 hours from now. Tomorrow, so 34 hours from now, Party Monday. Bucks and I are back. We're excited, looking forward to it. Thank you everyone for your participation today in the stream. This is what we ended up with. Not a bad little effort so far. We'll see what happens as it continues. We'll continue painting that tomorrow. Thanks, friends. Let's go find someone to raid. We've had quite a few people raid. Who's painting? Nalind? Tenacious Katie, what are you doing? You are playing something very weird looking. Nalind. Painting. Jimmy the Brush. Let's go browse. Hello mate, just about to leave, champion. Miniature. Unexpected. Oh yeah. Oh, he's painting Kingdom Death. Just started. We'll raid Unexpected. Very good. Enjoy your day, friends. Have a wonderful week. See you all for Party Monday tomorrow. You glorious people. Big dinner.